in McKinney, the people that come are wide ranges. Everything, not just the gals weekend, but the guys working. And just like I told you, they come for every reason. I'm okay with that, my home. I'm a little protective, but let me tell you what, you just get over it. Nothing's broken. Nothing's happened. And there's not anything in there that can't be replaced. Actually, I say that there are some precious books in there in my free bookcase that I got. So there are some things in there, but I don't worry about that. I don't lose sleep over that. And I think you never know how you're going to change a guest's life. What I'll say in summary is really, I didn't know how much they were going to change my life and make a difference in my life. So it's a pleasure. I've not had anything stolen or broken. Joy to share them and share McKinney and share the history with them.
Welcome to the McKinney Podcast, the show that celebrates what makes McKinney unique by nature. This podcast exists to spotlight the people, the organizations, and the events that shape our great city. You can count on every episode to tell a compelling story and help increase your awareness and perspective on what's happening around McKinney. Your hosts for this fun-filled adventure are Fred Mahusay, owner of FredShots Photography, and James Jenkins, CEO of RiskWell. Connect with us on YouTube and on our website, McKinneyPodcast.com. Now, let's get into it. Hey folks, James Jenkins here. Welcome back to another episode of the McKinney Podcast. My partner in crime, Mr. Fred Mahusay. Welcome.
Rock on. Hey, welcome back, James.
Yeah, I know. June was a crazy week when we recorded in June. Thank you for handling 4 episodes without me.
Absolutely.
You are a trooper.
Yeah, but but you're a trooper too. I mean, to go to make that commitment to go to family camp, spend that week. I mean, and the discipline of only doing work during that. I heard that you had just a short period of time that you could actually do business things, and the rest was family related. And I said, that's genius, and that's what we need more of, because immediately after that, you were off to, was it Nashville?
Nashville for the bowling convention. Yeah. We're the nationally recognized bowling center insurance partner for like 4,000 bowling centers. And yes, that is the most random thing I could possibly be endorsed by. But yeah, I got to say, shout out to Pine Cove Family Camps.
I've been there.
In Tyler. You have?
Me and my kids have been there. My kids have been family. Yes, family week,
We went to Bluffs. Yeah. Did you go to the woods or the Bluffs?
It was so long ago, I could not tell you. It was fabulous, though.
It was probably the woods if it was that long ago.
1980s.
Okay, yeah, that would have been
70s.
the woods. That would have been the woods.
Okay.
Because the Bluffs opened in 2003. I worked there in college in 06, 07, 08.
Oh, how about that?
And that on that campus, on those cabins. I have cleaned the toilets in those cabins. So
what's it like going back?
It's pure magic, honestly.
And actually, when you were working there, how tall were you?
I was in college, so I was
so you're already this height.
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't like you're looking around going, man, that's really small now. It was already small when you were there.
I was bawling my eyes out coming in those gates. It was like full circle. Like, it was just a really cool moment for sure.
Fred, I had some really great pictures from Pine Cove when my kids were little.
Yeah. No, well, we'll have to have a little
all that to say, thank you for sticking it out.
No, absolutely.
For 4 episodes. I know having one host instead of 2 just changes the dynamic of the episode. So
it does.
But yeah, you did great from what I can tell from what I've listened to from last month.
Thank you,
sir. But hey, our guest for this episode is Miss Pat Vinson, and she is the proprietor of the Rustic Chandelier, which is just the cutest name ever.
Thank you.
And it is a boutique bread and breakfast. I can't talk very good today. No, bed and breakfast. Is it here in McKinney?
It is here in McKinney, and let me just clarify. They do call them B&B today, but there's no food.
Oh.
That's just where you stay. I don't cook.
So it is a boutique hospitality venue that is no food involved.
That's right. But they generally now go by the name B&B or Airbnb, and there's no breakfast
Oh, it's
involved.
Airbnb.
Yes,
Okay.
Airbnb or VRBO. I'm on both.
Well, there you go.
But
I went about this the wrong way. It's not a bed and breakfast. I'm so sorry. It is a boutique Airbnb property.
Yes,
A
exactly.
very themed Airbnb property here in McKinney.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yes, fabulous.
So how in the world does someone get into that level of involvement with an Air? Because lots of people have Airbnbs all over the place. It's, vacation homes or just, corporate setups or whatever. But McKinney's a destination, right? McKinney is where lots of people like to come for a weekend getaway, girls trip, bridesmaids trip, whatever. There's so many people that come to visit McKinney that don't live here. How'd you decide to get into that?
Actually, I lived in this home for 35 years.
Really?
Yes. And then, long story or short story, I fell in love all over again. So we had to decide where we wanted to live. So it was either Plano where Alan lived or McKinney where I lived. But we chose McKinney again, and we bought another house here in McKinney.
Mm.
And then I was able, Alan makes my dreams come true. I was able to say, I want to make this an Airbnb. I've always dreamed of that. I've always wanted to do it. No breakfast, just the bed and breakfast, just the bed part.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to turn my home that I'd lived in for 35 years and leave everything there and start an Airbnb.
Fascinating.
Okay. So
Fascinating.
let's set the Wayback Machine.
Okay.
And when your feet first touched the earth, where was that soil?
When my feet first touched the earth, I was just a few hours south of here in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. I'm proud to say I'm a native Texan. But McKinney has always had my heart growing up. Always wanted to live here one day.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, how'd you find out about McKinney? Because, you're from Houston, and I was born in Longview, Texas,
Yes.
lived in Lufkin, Nacogdoches area in East Texas. I'd never heard of McKinney until we moved to DFW in 2012. And obviously, you hear about McKinney when you're in the area. But how did you come to find out about McKinney growing up in Houston? That's got to be a good story.
It is a good story. It's a great story. So, yes, I grew up in Houston. That's where I was born and raised. But my father was born here in McKinney.
Oh.
And he was born and raised. We go back 4 generations in McKinney.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Boy, I bet you could tell some stories, huh?
I can tell some stories. My great-grandparents on both sides, maternal and paternal, were early settlers here in McKinney.
No kidding.
In the 1800s. No kidding.
Wow.
No kidding.
No wonder you brought her on. I was trying to figure out how because we don't have just anybody on the show, and it's like, well, you got an Airbnb. Okay, what's the rest of the story? There's got to be some. Oh, you're 4th generation McKinney. Okay,
Well,
and now I've got a lot more questions.
So I do feel very special. Fred looked at me and went, well, Pat, we've never done an Airbnb. I don't know if we do B&Bs. Then Elizabeth sent me a little email that night and said, you're in. I went, yay, okay.
We did rock, paper, scissors, and I lost. No, but it's like,
don't.
Elizabeth won. Go Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I mean, now that I know you're 4th generation, it makes perfect sense because I mean you're beyond OG, like you're 4th generation OG. So you've been here off and on throughout your growing up. I imagine you come visit family up here.
Yes, we would come often to visit grandmother. Grandmother was still here. Our family came to visit us in Houston, but growing up here in McKinney, we came to visit grandmother, and it was always a very, very sweet place in my heart with lots of great memories. We would come for Christmas, Thanksgiving, summer vacation, you name it, we were here. Even later on in life, as an adult in Houston, I would bring my boys up here, and we would go to the farm and ranch that my family had and play with cows and horses and watch the cows being branded, fish, hunt, play in the fields, whatever. I always loved McKinney, and I always wanted to live here, had a special place in my heart.
Were you the one yesterday at Lynx that shared that Jared had?
Yes.
Okay, so share that story real quick.
So as James said, I have lots of stories, and here's the irony, James, they just keep coming.
Cool.
So Jared Ty posted on Facebook last week that he has a box of documents of Jonas Dayton Bass from McKinney, anyone related to him. Well, we start responding. My cousin Louise responded, I responded, my other cousin responded, and And Louise and I just talked the night before. I said, have you talked with Jared? She said, no. I said, okay, well, one of us has to get a hold of him and find this box. At the coffee bar at Lynx yesterday, at the Chamber of Commerce breakfast, I'm getting my coffee, and I introduce myself to him, and and I look at his name tag, and I go, oh, my gosh, Jared, I'm looking for you. I am Pat Vinson, great-granddaughter of Jonas Dayton Bass.
No kidding.
No kidding. And then he continues to tell me great stories.
And knowing Jared, he probably flipped all the way out. It was like, oh, my gosh, it's you. And you just latched on to you, and you probably had a great conversation.
We did, and more to come.
Jared is such a nerd for the history of McKinney. You know, his office is in a historical building. He's got a great appreciation for what has happened in McKinney's past. You know, there's like a historical society, and he's very involved in it. Jared's a good dude. He's a friend of the show. He's been on the show.
That's right.
But his affinity for history may be unmatched in our circle.
Fabulous.
He's a complete nerd for it, and I just love it.
And he has a whole Facebook group page dedicated to Collin County and McKinney's history.
Yes, I'm on it on Facebook. Yes,
you know,
yes.
I love just going there and seeing the new photos that he's procured. However, he's procured them. I'm like, oh, look at this. That's so amazing. So we just want to shout out to Jared Ty.
Yes, shout out to Jared. That's exactly right. He's looking for a picture of Jonas Dayton Bass, and I think I have one in my files.
On your phone?
No, on my
No,
I have lots on my phone.
In a safety deposit box.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
Keeping in a very safe place at some bank downtown.
Jonas Dayton Bass was a cotton buyer, and he bought cotton here. He had a prestigious office on the downtown square that you had to be on the second floor back in those days because you could see the wagons coming from miles around, and you could see the cotton on the wagon and choose the best cotton there and be down there first to buy that cotton on the wagon. So had an office on the southeast side of town.
Huh.
J.D. Bass and Sons. My grandfather also in the business.
That's J.D. Bass is Jonas Dayton Bass. Oh my gosh.
How about that?
Wow.
When I moved here in 1985, there was a building with his name on it still.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of a building with J.D. Bass and Company.
That's it.
That's what triggered that memory there.
Great-grandfather.
Like, oh my gosh. You're basically original royalty of McKinney. Like
I feel so special.
You're a descendant of one of the originals.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Wow.
They were very involved in starting the city and making it, laid the plans for what it has become today in the very beginning.
Huh.
They were members of First Christian Church when it first started, served on the alderman, which was like city council back then.
Mm-hmm. The precursor to our current form of government.
There you go.
So J.D. Bass would have been a close, compatriot of the Collin McKinney. So it's
exactly yes, true.
It's like, wow,
yeah,
that's really cool.
You have lots of stories to tell.
I have lots of stories to tell. Yes.
Okay, so do you remember your first trip to McKinney? Your first visit to McKinney? And how you felt about it?
Or Dad was born here, so she probably came here before she remembers it.
Yeah.
That's right, but I have many of them. I will tell you one of them. My cousin, and one of my favorite memories is my cousins lived out Rock Hill Road. There was no Central at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And
because Rock Hill comes up near, is it Brandon Thomas?
Yes, okay. That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yep.
So we used to get on her little horse, Pokey, me and Lillian. We'd get on that horse and we would trot down Rock Hill Road all the way to Dixie's grocery store. Have you heard of Dixie's?
Heard the name.
What is there now?
Where
a
is
field,
it?
But they moved Dixie's. It was a red lean-to red shack even in the 1950s when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
It's now on the Chestnut Historical Square. The little red building down there. And
that's
Dixie's.
That's the original Dixie's?
That's the original. I used to ride Pokey down Rock Hill Road. Little girls be bouncing. I can vividly remember that picture.
Wow.
We'd go there. We'd tie Pokey up to the hitching post, which is still in front of Dixie's.
Wow.
Go in there and get our knee-high grape.
Wow.
In
Fabulous.
the bottle. That's right.
In the bottle, cold, out of the ice chest with a block of ice chilling it in there.
Well, they didn't start building 75 until the late 50s down in Dallas. 75 didn't make it to McKinney until the mid-60s, I think. And then it was a 2-lane road.
And here's what I remember about it. It was everybody in McKinney was so upset. It was going to destroy the town and ruin everything. That's how they felt about 75
Well, that's
coming
kind of
through.
how everybody feels about growth all the time.
And they did.
Yeah, so
it's not
all y'all people hating on the airport. Just remember,
right.
People used to say the same thing about US 75.
That's right.
So maybe calm down a little bit. All right.
It was a very strong feeling because I was a little girl. I was young back then, and I remember that dissension.
Yeah,
strong.
We understand because there's that same dissension lives on. It just changes its focus to a new project.
That's
exactly.
Right.
Life evolves. Get over it. Move on.
So while you were riding pokey to Dixie's, were you like surfing Facebook, seeing all the hateful comments about 75 coming in? No, of course not. We didn't have it was MySpace back then, right?
Yeah, MySpace. Gosh, what is it? 50 years later, MySpace would be a thing.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, early 2000s. You said this was in the 50s?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is it about McKinney that just drew you back? Because, I mean, my grandparents on my dad's side were in South Florida, in West Palm Beach, and I visited them. And I have lots of fond memories of West Palm, of Lake Worth, fishing off the pier, eating breakfast at Eddie's with the tacos and, picking seashells up and seeing where my dad went to high school and all of that stuff. But I never wanted to live in West Palm Beach. Like I never had this longing to someday I'm going to live in Lake Worth. Someday I'm going to be where my grandparents were. And so it's not just an automatic. Just because you have fond memories of something from your grandparents doesn't mean that you want to build a life there. What in the world is it about McKinney that made you think, yeah, I want to be there?
Great question. And there was lots of things. I grew up big city girl in Houston. Mm-hmm. Houston was fine. That's all I ever knew. I had, access to everything we ever wanted.
Mosquitoes the size of coconuts?
Yes. And I didn't even...
Humidity as thick as mosquitoes?
I didn't even know what zero humidity was until I moved here. 99% humidity was normal for me.
So you're totally used to walking out the door and immediately sweating.
In a sauna.
And it not going anywhere. But everybody was that way.
Swimming
so you
through
didn't
the air.
think twice about it.
Yes.
Now, which area of Houston were you in? Go ahead and name
Northwest.
Northwest.
Oh,
okay.
Cypress or somewhere near there?
Well, I grew up in Westbury, near the Astrodome.
Oh, okay.
When I was 5 years old, we lived...
On the south side?
South side,
yeah.
Yes. My father had an animal hospital there for 40 years career. And then from that south side, we moved to Northwest.
Okay, cool. So the Spring and Cypress area?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good deal.
Yes.
No. Houston is just one big traffic jam to me. I know you hit the Woodlands. Well, I used to, when I was driving down there for clients, I'd hit the Woodlands and think, oh, I'm in Houston. Lies.
You are an hour north of Houston.
That's right. Or, is it Conroe?
Conroe,
yes.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm in Houston. I'm like,
well,
no.
What a lot of people don't realize, because unless they do the math, Houston is almost 5 times the population density of Dallas, because the Dallas-Fort Worth area is roughly 11,000 square miles.
Mm-hmm.
We're roughly the size of the state of Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
The greater Houston area is less than half that size.
Mm-hmm.
And the inside of the 610 loop, the population density is more than 5 times what Dallas
That's
is.
Insanity.
Because they have almost 2 million people packed into a very small area. And when you factor in the traffic, I said population, I meant traffic density. I'm sorry.
Yep.
The traffic density, vehicles per square mile, is 5 times what Dallas has.
And before we get any hateful comments about that's what the airport is going to do to us here, let's just say that's Houston. Hey, that is not McKinney.
We've reached our quota for airport comments in this episode. Right. I've had one. You've had one. Right. No more airport comments this episode.
Okay.
Have you booked your tickets yet from the airport on Avelo?
Elizabeth and I have looked at that and we cannot find a free block of time. But yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, babe, let's fly.
I have booked tickets.
Exciting.
And we are going to be staying in Fort Myers for 4 days.
Nice.
And I will talk with you offline because I'm not going to announce my travel plans on a public podcast. Hey, thieves, I'm not going to be home for 4 days. Please come. Feel free to come to my house and take whatever you want because I won't be there.
You've got monitored alarm, so security, you're okay.
We do.
You're okay.
And we've got neighbors with guns.
That's right.
And they will use them.
I have a good story on thieves.
Oh, please. Let's hear it.
I believe, 1985, McKinney High School won the state championship in the Astrodome.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't know that.
So everyone in McKinney went. And I went. Houston was my home. I had lots of Houston friends coming to the Astrodome to watch the game.
Yep.
I think there were, let's just say at that time, maybe 25,000 people in the Astrodome watching this football playoffs. And my friend from Houston looked at me and she said, Pat, I didn't know there were this many people that lived in McKinney. I said, they're all here. All 17,000 of them are here today. And I wouldn't be surprised if we came back and we were all robbed. We were safe, though. McKinney's a good town.
That's right.
You know, these are the things that I think about because I'm a risk manager by trade. I'm so much fun at parties, let me tell you. No, but that's how my brain works. It's like, what's the downside? What's the worst that can happen? If we do this, what are the consequences of that decision? So it's like the moment that I heard about these travel plans, it's like I would love to be promoting. I'm so excited to be traveling somewhere from McKinney Airport, but it's like my risk manager brain goes, don't announce your travel plans.
That's right. We never do that.
It's like on the one side, I want to promote all the good things that are happening at the airport. But on the flip side, I don't want to be the victim of a crime.
That's right.
So
that's why you post all your vacation pictures and everything afterwards,
yes.
and you talk about all those things afterwards.
Yeah.
But you talked about going to Dixie's. Do you remember when you no longer went to Dixie's and you went? I don't know what's on that. Was it Brookshire's? What was over there that you eventually? When did things modernize or take that turn for more contemporary things?
So I'm not sure I can exactly answer that question because certainly it evolved.
Sure.
But I will tell you that I moved here in 1985. I had the opportunity to move here, and I jumped on it. Best decision I've ever made in my life. To answer James's question earlier, I was a big city girl, but I always knew I was a country girl at heart. Mm-hmm. I liked the fields. I liked the cornfields, the fresh air, the horses, and all the. It was even a Hallmark store back then to me. I mean, a Hallmark story back then to me. But when I moved here, the population was 17,000 people, and now look at us now, 225,000 plus.
That's right.
Yep.
In 1985, there was really only one grocery store, and that was Brookshire's at Virginia and Central,
That's right.
Yep.
near the Airbnb is. And when you'd walk in, they'd go, "Hello, Miss Vincent, how are you today?" TJ said that to me every time I walked in the store, so very personable.
Wow. It was like, I've never been in a Brookshire's.
Really?
Never. I see it, but, I just drive by.
It's so interesting to me, these stories of these stores that just started up as a family business and then evolved from there. Because down in East Texas, we have Brookshire Brothers.
Yes.
Are they different?
It's cousins.
Oh.
They're the same family, but they're cousins of the same family. The Brookshire's family from decades and decades ago, they basically got permission from the family to use the family name, but because it was a different set of owners, they called it Brookshire Brothers. And it's a different store, but it's the same grocery store, same idea. But yeah, the Brookshire's family is, you want to talk about North Central and Northeast Texas and East Texas, like tried and true businesses. The Brookshire's grocery store.
So I just need to pull in there one day. Because that's right off of, is it White? No.
No, Virginia.
Did you ever go to
It's
Albertsons?
no longer there. We finally lost Brookshire's.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Albertsons before Kroger bought them?
Yes. Well, we had Albertsons all over Florida. So
yeah, Brookshire's is basically like Albertsons.
Okay.
It's not as fancy as like an H-E-B. It's just your tried and true normal grocery store.
But Brookshire's is still out there though, right? I swear that when I'm driving, I think
when you're
East
driving
Texas.
east on 380, there's a Brookshire's in, it's either Princeton or I forget what one of those cities on 380 headed east. There's a Brookshire's right on 380.
Right. It's on the south side.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's on the south side. I know because we drove past it on the way to Nashville. I was like, oh, that's some brochures. Look over there.
That nice little 10-hour short trip, right?
Yeah. So what did you do for work? What was your career like? Because you have had plenty of experience on this earth, and now you're doing the Airbnb thing as a side project or a passion project, whatever you want to call it. How did you spend the majority of your career? Were you a professional mom working out of the home, or did you do something outside the home?
I was actually, when I was a single parent, I moved to McKinney. Fabulous. There was only 4 cars at the red light at that time. Great decision to raise my 3 children here. And I actually went back to nursing school at TWU. So I had a nursing career for 30 years.
No kidding.
Yes, lots of fun. Great career. Lots of things to do in nursing.
Now, you said second love, and Alan, is that his name?
Yes.
Okay, and he's from Plano.
Yes.
How did that come about?
So I will tell you. And starting my Airbnb, I said I call it actually a love story. I actually had been single, raising my kids, living in my house. I went to my 50th high school reunion. I came back from there, and I went, oh, I think I'm ready for a relationship. I'm like, who said that? Who scared me to death? My friends and family said, oh, no, you're crazy. You travel, you have fun, life is good. You're going to mess everything up, Pat. I said, I'm sorry, it's not going away, and I'm going on Match.com.
Oh, my.
So I will say to all the single women, there's a lot of very nice men out there, but I met Alan, and we just connected.
Okay, so how many eligible bachelors did you have to go through to find Alan?
I had a very good filter, number one. I think you have to have a good filter and figure out if you even want to see them or talk anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So about a year. About a year, but met very nice men. So
got to give it about a year.
I just want to say,
yes,
if anything
exactly
happens to Allison, I am so screwed. I am not built for the dating.
Tough. It's tough.
The dating life,
nope.
I'm just not built for it.
Not going to happen.
After being married for 15 years, almost 16 in December, being married to a good woman, having 2 kids,
congratulations,
building a life is like the idea of. Gosh, I can't even. I'm so husbanded. I am not
fabulous.
I'm absolutely ruined. The idea of even attempting to be in a relationship was like, if something happens to Allison, it's like, I might be single for the rest of my life. I can't imagine trying to date. I would be the worst date ever. It's like, good on you for having the courage to step out and find love a second time.
It was courage. It's scary.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine.
I'll say it's risky, yes.
There's a lot of creeps out there.
Yes.
There's a lot of really strange people.
Yes. And you have to have that filter to figure that out.
A good filter, about a year. Now, how old were your sons when you decided this life-changing moment is going to happen, that you're going to start a new relationship eventually?
I have 3 children, Mike, Matt, and Mandy, and they are well grown in their 40s, going into 50s.
But when you decided that you're ready for a relationship, how old were they, and were they part of your filter? Did you introduce eligible bachelor number one?
Match.com is a fairly recent thing within the last 15 years or so.
Here's what you need to know is that I was single for 40 years. I really wanted to raise my children in a Christian safe home. I wasn't going to fight with another man over it. Therefore, I was at my 50th reunion. My children were grown and had children. I just met Alan 4 years ago, and here's what you really need to know.
Yes,
I am 75 years old.
What?
Well, good for you.
Yes, thank you very much.
I was like,
yes.
Look, and she's drinking Coca-Cola.
Is
that the fountain of youth?
Yes. No, I had to
I'm
stop.
so confused right now.
Me too.
75?
Yes, sir.
You don't look anything like 75.
You're my new best friend.
If you told me you were 63, I would have believed you easily.
My new best friend. Thank you very much.
Oh, my gosh.
What I'm saying is that your children have known you to be a strong, independent woman. And, my other friends who have children who are in the medical field, like, those are the toughest kids in the world. Because unless there's a bone or, there's like massive bleeding or something else, like rub some dirt in it, walk it off.
Not even phased.
That's
not
right.
even a little bit.
But so your children are grown and they see mom starting to date. Were they like, he's not the one, Did they?
No, not at all. They didn't interfere at all. And that's what I had explained before. And I didn't even introduce him to Alan until after I'd known him for 6 months.
Oh.
How long was Alan with the hook in his mouth before you started reeling him in? Before you decided, you know what? I think this is the person I want to be with.
We are total opposites, but from the moment I met him, we just clicked. And so not very long at all.
Okay. Good on you.
And then we got together, yes.
That's
yes.
I love that. Second chance at love, that kind of story.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so she is the living Hallmark movie.
I mean, for real though.
Oh well, thank you, thank you, Fred.
You come to the quaint little town, here in McKinney.
Where is Alan? Should be sitting right here. I want to hear Alan's side of this.
Listen, like the podcast, we need to do our own little Hallmark movie, like little vignettes. And you would be so perfect for that. Here's this woman. She finds true love in the little town. That's perfect. We just need the Christmas parade going on in the background or something, and then I think it'd be a blockbuster.
I think that's a great summary of it because it has been. And I'm going to the bed and breakfast. Part of it is I had the opportunity to start it when Alan came along, and he is kind of the practical one. I'm kind of the dreamer, so he kind of helps reel me in. Like, you want to do what? So he's the Excel spreadsheet guy, the bullet point guy. But the B&B that I lived in for 35 years, I left everything there, so it's my home. And I'm still hands-on, touchy-feely with it. But everything there's not one new piece of furniture. I was a single mom on a budget, and everything there, it's not decorated. It's what I call curated, where I collected those freebies or garage sale or Facebook Marketplace through the years and restored those chandeliers. Mm-hmm. Some of them sat in my garage or my backyard for years, turning black before. When I bought them, I always thought I was going to do that project next weekend, but it was like several years down the road. Mm-hmm. So, and I like to say, I even was house supervisor as a nurse at Medical City McKinney here at one time. And you carry several phones on you because everybody wants a bed for an emergency because they're not feeling well and you have to get them a bed right away. So even that nursing career was preparation for now. I have the B&B and everybody wants a bed, but I get to get them a bed with the chandelier over it for a vacation, and they're happy.
So every bedroom has a chandelier?
No, but I still have 10 chandeliers in there, and they're different types of chandeliers.
Oh, wow.
They're not all crystal.
10 chandeliers.
Even the green Chili's iron one is a type of chandelier. Even metal sconces from Grandma's house are chandelier.
So I'm guessing with the design, the style, and whatnot, most of the folks that stay in your Airbnb are there for the weekend, touristing in McKinney or a bridesmaid's trip or what? Like, what's your typical guest for you?
I don't have a typical guest. That is the very interesting thing. It can be the electrician crew, 3 guys that are wiring the strip center down the street. One of my favorite guests was Chris and Johnny. He's 27 years old. He builds cell phone towers. We're getting a new cell phone tower in McKinney last year, and he and his little first-time job, Johnny, are here building our cell phone tower. They stayed for 3 weeks. I take them beer and pizza.
So you are Airbnb.
Well, yes, there you go.
Airbnb.
There you go.
Or B&P.
B&P.
Airbnb.
That's right.
Air, beer, and pizza.
That's right.
Air, beer. Yeah, Chris, you're right. Airbnb. Good.
That's some good marketing right there. I mean, some guys will turn up for that.
I mean, I'll book that house.
That's right.
He's one of my favorites. He's one of my favorite stories because he says, Pat, it's great. We felt at home, but I have a question for you. I go, what's that? He goes, what kind of toilet paper do you use? I said, what? He said, I need to know.
It's so soft.
What kind of toilet paper do you use?
Charmin double ply.
Yes, but it has to be the little scallops on it.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, but he was embarrassed to ask.
That premium TP. Charmin double ply with the scalloped edges.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You're in a quality property. When you sit down to do your business and realize, ooh, they've got Charmin double ply.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this your property, the Rustic Chandelier, it's where you lived, and it's furnished there. It's furnished in love, literally furnished in love. How do you deal with the idea that there are strangers in there that might be abusive to the home? Because I mean, this is do you still view it as your home, or is it now just a property?
I'm in transition right now.
Okay.
Yes,
so there's some therapy here.
Yes, there's some therapy here. In McKinney, the people that come are wide ranges. Everything, not just the gals weekend, but the guys working. And just like I told you, they come for every reason. I'm okay with at my home. I'm a little protective, but let me tell you what, you just get over it. Nothing's broken. Nothing's happened. And there's not anything in there that can't be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I say that there are some precious books in there in my free bookcase that I got. So there are some things in there, but I don't worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't lose sleep over that. And I think you never know how you're going to change a guest's life. What I'll say in summary is really, I didn't know how much they were going to change my life and make a difference in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pleasure. I've not had anything stolen or broken. Joy to share them and share McKinney and share the history with them. It's my little dollhouse is what I call it.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's the name of the property on these? Is it the Rustic Chandelier is the name of the property on these listing sites like Airbnb and VRBO?
Yes, the Rustic Chandelier, yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm on Instagram as my Rustic Chandelier, yes.
Nice. So as we wrap this episode up, is there anything else that you want to share? A tidbit, a story, a promotional thing, whatever's on your mind because I think this has been a wonderful episode.
Thank you.
It feels like we've reached a natural stopping point to this part of the conversation. What do you want to end with? Anything on your mind?
Thank you very much. I enjoy this. I enjoy sharing McKinney and the history. One of my favorite reviews ever, and I really just read this recently, and what a tribute to the B&B. I think they see it built with love. I see it as my home. Guests see something totally different in there. It's like walking into their home. But one of my favorite reviews says, downtown McKinney and the Rustic Airbnb share that charm together. Mm-hmm. And I
nice.
thought, wow.
That's got to feel good.
I couldn't have written it better myself. Well, you know how much we love McKinney and the
That's right.
Hallmark card, and I couldn't have shared it myself any better.
I love it. That's a perfect end.
Thank you.
So, Brian, you want to hear with that question?
Let's go for it. Okay, Pat. No wrong answers. But who would win in a fight between a giant polar bear and a great white shark? They're fighting to the bitter end, to the death, in a body of water 6 feet deep, of infinite dimensions. There's no shallow end, no sandbar, no getting out of the water. Who wins that fight?
Okay, James and Fred. So, in order to prepare for my podcast today, I've listened to many podcasts, several of them.
Okay.
And it seems to me that the polar bear might be winning.
Ooh.
Well. So
she's going to be counterculture. Huh?
I'm going to be counterculture. I'm going to go for the underdog, Fred, and his great white shark.
Oh,
goodness.
So what's the logic there? Why do you pick the shark, other than you love a good underdog?
I'm going to tell you what, James. In life, I've taken a lot of risk. I bought this house in 1991 as a single parent. That was a risk. I started an Airbnb at age 73. I went on Match.com. I met Alan. I've traveled the world. I went to Africa during the shootings. I went to Dubai in January of this year.
How did we not even get into this?
I feel like that's a whole separate conversation.
I have taken many risks in life, but it's been a beautiful life, and I have risked well.
Whoa.
Oh, what?
Whoa. Wow.
And that's
Are you
the
looking
truth.
for work? I'm going to hire you.
Do you have a speechwriter?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. No.
My blown. We have never had a guest like drop the mic like that.
I mean, in more than 100 episodes, I don't think anybody's ever come in here with that.
Well, I've been the underdog many times,
Wow.
so thank you very much.
We're not worthy.
I'm speechless. Like, what? She prepared that. She came in here ready to say that.
No.
Goodness.
I was waiting for that polar bear and shark. I've said, okay.
She's done her research.
Right.
Yes.
Pat, you have been a heck of a lot of fun. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
This has been a blast.
Yes.
Hey, if you're looking for a great getaway for really anybody. If you're an electrician crew or looking for a bridesmaids weekend and everything in between, go on Airbnb or VRBO.
How many people can sleep comfortably?
6.
6. Okay.
6.
Thank you. That would have been nice to share. 6 or fewer, unless you want to like bunk it up with somebody. I mean, that's a personal decision.
Exactly.
So, check it out on Airbnb and VRBO. And there's a lot of stuff that's not going to show up on those websites, which is your story. We will have to get you back.
That's right.
And get Alan sitting in this chair right here the next time you come in.
That's scary.
I bet he's got a different perspective on things.
Right.
Did he go with you to Dubai?
No.
Or was that a long time ago?
He was scared. No, it was in January of this year.
He didn't go with you to
No,
Dubai?
he is smart, and he is an accountant and financial guy, and he's smart. I took the risk.
Dubai was kind of not a safe place in January.
Trump was threatening to bomb, and Alan called me and said, "Are you watching the news?" I'm like, "No, there's nothing in English over here." He said, "Watch it. Watch it."
Like, I'm too busy shopping.
Yes, exactly.
There's some chocolate over here.
Alan, there's some great chocolate. You're going to need to try this.
Yes.
Meanwhile, threats of war are being tossed around.
Definitely.
Wow.
I was blessed.
Okay. That's
Home in time.
Just the most crazy way to end an episode, but here we are. Folks, thanks for watching and listening to another episode of the McKinney Podcast. Check us out wherever you find your podcast next week. And thanks so much, Pat Vinson.
Thank y'all.
It's been a blast. Y'all take
Y'all
care.
are adorable.
Thanks again for listening to and watching the McKinney Podcast. We drop a brand new episode every Monday morning. We'd love to connect with you and hear your thoughts, suggestions, and guest recommendations. You can message us on Facebook or send an email to us at mail@mckinneypodcast.com. This entire production is a passion project for James and Fred and our lovely wives, Elizabeth and Allison. We're so grateful to have you along for the journey. We look forward to seeing you again next week and hopefully in person around town. That's all for now, ladies and gentlemen. Make it a great day.